Okay, tell us what you.
All right. Well, my question was basically how did General Grant actually communicate with the Eastern and Western theaters, along with the President and the War Department in Washington, and also how effective was he in that communication, and also what were the pros and cons of having General Grant out on the field with his army. So basically, like Doc said earlier, telegraph was the main form of communication General Grant used. Actually, when Lincoln took office, there weren't any telegraph lines up to the War Department yet or the White House. But Lincoln quickly changed that. They erected some telegraph lines. Grant was able to communicate and send telegrams via the telegraph back to the War Department. And actually, when I was doing my research, they never actually finished the telegraph lines to the White House, but they did have some to the War Department. So he was able to communicate very rapidly. It was just like our version of text messaging. He used Morse code, send a message, but like the doctor said, the enemy could get hold of the lines and actually intercept messages. So there were some pros and cons to that. And as far as pros and cons of having Grant on the ground instead of back in Washington was that he could see what was going on, make decisions on the ground based off of what he saw, and also send telegrams back to the War Department on what was going on. And the cons to him being out there was, of course, it was more dangerous, chances of him, maybe dying, or also telegrams getting intercepted that he was sending. But other than that, that was the communication portion of command and control.
Excellent.